What up guys, my name is Kong and today I'm back again for another movie review. Today I'm going to be talking about X-Men The Dark Phoenix. So I already sort of knew this movie was not gonna be great, but I was willing to give it a chance, go and see what it is all about, and you know, give you guys the truth, the honest truth of what I would think, and tell you guys if you should go see the movie or you should not. So let me start with what I like about this movie. I always like James McAvoy. I forgot the main character who played Magneto, and Jennifer Lawrence, and the actors who play Jean. I like Storm and like Beast. I like the main character, just who they play is just, I believe them, you know. I feel like they're genuine X-Men. Well, I don't. Let me just focus on the pro first. I like that. I like the airplane. I like Nightcrawler. I love his transportation. I like that a lot. It makes me think of the original X-Men. I think him in the Days of Future Past. First Class, that sort of thing. It made me think of those movies, especially First Class and Day of Future Past. And what else did I like? I like the tension between Magneto and the government, and the performance of James McAvoy, and I like the consequences of James McAvoy construing or blinding or lying to the young 8-year-old Jean Grey. I like that it showed the unintended consequences. I really like that. It showed that we are human. Despite of being a mutant, or you know, people with superpower or power or ability, that you know, things can go wrong, and that we are fragile human. We are fragile in that sense, especially emotion, that we don't really know how to control or how to cope with. And Jean is an example that she have these great power, extreme powers. You know, she's like God level, you know, almost like probably beyond Apocalypse. She's like on level of like Thanos, or level of like Galactus. She's just, they explain in the movie that she's a life taker, she's a life giver. Basically, that's what the essence of the Phoenix Force is. That's what it is. And I like that, and I like they show her display of powers, that she's able to, you know, almost beat anyone on the X-Men squad, even Magneto, even Professor X. So it showed her immense power in that sort of form. And I like the destruction in this movie. It's really well done, and that's what I like. What did I not like? I don't like the alien that's out of space. That's sort of untold. It is told to us that they've been following this essence of this force, but we have no clue who they are, where they come from, why they're there. I mean, we know why they're there, but we just don't have any background. First of all, I thought they was the Skrull, but they're not quite the Skrull. So it's okay. And then the way they took Jean Grey, she's kind of go all over the places. It doesn't feel not the word authentic, but the word is that it doesn't progress the story. It doesn't drive her as a character. It doesn't show her growth, that as an X-Men or as a person. It doesn't show that. That's why I did not like. I didn't really care for these alien. They were just there to kind of rival Jean Grey. So it just didn't do the job for me. You know, I thought that Jean Grey was supposed to be the biggest opponent, the opponent that the X-Men have to go against. So that's why I was kind of like disappointed in that fashion. What I also did not like is that you can tell that there are some political political movement, a political statement in this movie, in a few places, and it tells me that these writers have an agenda. It's like, okay, I didn't go to watch a movie for political agenda or political message. That is designed for other movies or meant for other movies, not in X-Men's. So that kind of bothers me somewhat, where man is superior to woman. Is like you have men's on the team too, so it sort of defeat the purpose or defeat the idea being a X-Man or being a superhero or being one to save humanity. So that just bothered me. It's like, okay, writer, I get what you're getting through, but please don't put it in here. And then I did not like the ending was okay. I kind of knew that she was gonna go because it's Jean Grey, and that's what happened in the comic book, and she never came back. So it's just, this movie overall was not a great movie. It feels lacking the character development, lack of villain, and she is the villain herself, but she's not a great villain. The alien, I don't really care. There's no backstory on them. There's no universe that's built around the X-Men. So that was just poorly done in Fox Century. It just wasn't well developed in comparison to the Marvel MCU, where you get to see this character grow, you get to see bit and piece of the universe. Well, here it just didn't feel connected. It doesn't feel that a bigger picture. It feels weak, not as strong, not as great. It's probably not as good as, like I say, First Class or Day of Future Past. So what would the rating I give this movie? I give it a 5 out of 10. I say, if I was to suggest to an X-Men fan, I say maybe go see it. But on your everyday average Joe, I would not recommend you go see this movie. It's not a great movie. It's not entertaining. It's kind of boring at times. It's not as good as the other two movies that I mentioned in this movie trailer. So I say don't bother watching. It's a 5 out of 10. And I'm leaning toward a 4 out of 10. But I'm an X-Men fan. I'm going to be a little bit biased. And I did give it a chance. So 5 out of 10. So again, guys, that is my review. Please like, thumbs up, share, subscribe, and browse to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of content on there for you guys to check out. But thank you, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.